literally
Okay.
a perfect example that she was trying to switch
This is
lanes.
my first
And I
card.
looked back, she was driving. And she's taking one and I said, she's not paying attention, Jimmy, she's on her phone. So she's waiting and
Second
waiting. And she my dad was trying to speed up to get in front of her, but then the other car, something I should just slow down. And she would slow down and then let her. So it was just like this, yeah. Yeah.
Third card.
She's doing good.
Yeah, well, the other day I went to the car to, she said something, the lights on, for gas or something, right? So I wanted to see how much more she had before we had to put gas in it. Right?
Okay.
And the key,
And I have my
the
witnesses,
radio was
right?
off, like,
Wow.
yeah, I was like, what are you doing?
There's 2. And there's 3. And then there's 4 and 5. That guy right there is. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You have to prove that I'm watching me. Okay, are we ready?
I saw that.
Can you please turn your cell phones off so you have interruptions?
No,
Really?
that
Important
felt-
stuff. Okay,
Oh, sorry.
Tonight I'm going to talk a little bit about being a stay-at-home parent. We have one current at-home parent with us and 2 former at-home parents with us, so they know exactly, what it's like. We're all aware of the typical arrangement that families with stay-at-home parents have. Normally the mom stays home and the dad goes to work. But gender roles have blurred in the last few years, and more dads are staying home. And so I'm gonna kind of speak from personal experience and give you an idea of what it's like to be a stay-at-home dad. Most often when we think about stay-at-home parents, we think of mom. And moms have a huge majority when it comes to stay-at-home parents. And according to USA Today, in March 2010, they cited a federal census which indicated that there were 5.6 million stay-at-home moms. Not a huge number, considering we have 300 million people in this country, but still a big number. How many people can guess how many stay-at-home dads there are? Not many, right? According to Fox News in June 2012, they also cited a federal census that indicated that there were 81,000 stay-at-home dads. That's 3.4% of stay-at-home parents. A really small number, comparatively speaking. Most people believe that at-home moms and dads are the same. The job is the same, but I'm here to tell you that it's not. It's quite different in many ways. I became an at-home dad 8 years ago, and contrary to my original ideas about the responsibilities of the job, like just dressing and feeding the child, and that's pretty much it. There was a lot more to it. I quickly found out that I severely underestimated the job. There's so much more to it. You're up late at night, you get up at night, with a sick child, or they're hungry, or they had a bad dream, so you're up all night sometimes. You want to make sure that you have a healthy child, so you're responsible for doctors and dentist appointments and making sure that they make it to those appointments. You're responsible for everything that comes with that, including shots and medications, and making sure they take the medications at the right time and the right amounts and all that stuff. You have domestic duties, cleaning the house, doing the laundry, doing the grocery shopping, and the worst one of all, dinners, right? Dinners are awful. You're in constant teaching mode. You're always reading, reciting letters and numbers and colors and shapes, and teaching them how to share and interact with other people, and typical stuff that comes with little kids. And you also get no time off. When you go on vacation, the kids go with you. When you're sick, you're just sick. You can't call in sick. So you take care of the kids no matter what. So by now you're thinking to yourself, well, there's not much different between stay-at-home moms and stay-at-home dads because the moms do the same thing. But I'm here to tell you that it is different, and here's how. The male ego takes a tremendous hit. You are no longer financially contributing to the family, so that, you know, it's not something that you're used to. It's not a natural inclination for the male to be the nurturer or the you know, caregiver. It's not a natural inclination. Human nature is kind of against that. There are many moms groups out there, but there's, you know, a few dads groups. And humans have a primal need to communicate. Michael J. Formica of Psychology Today in 2009 said being a part of a group is important to survival. That's a human innate survival instinct, just to be a part of a group. You survive in groups. You eat in groups. You hunt in groups. You survive as a group. So when you don't get that, it leads to isolation and loneliness. And also you have no shortage of male friends who make fun of you for not having a real job. So you add to that a gender bias. Bruce Salen of MomLogic.com, he's a blogger, so take it for what it's worth. He says that still the social norm accepts at-home moms, but they don't accept at-home dads. And the social norm leads to a lack of support outside the home. I have found that being proactive does help a little bit. You can join a mom's group, but you really don't have much in common with all the ladies. And it's a little uncomfortable being the only dad amongst all the women. Amongst all the moms, I guess you would say. You can find dads groups, but based on my numbers before, there are very few of them. They're few and far between. And I did a quick internet search and found At Home Dads Network, but didn't really bear any fruit because they were too spread out. So as you can see from this little peek into the dad's world, it is different in many ways. As I mentioned earlier, gender bias is real, but gender lines have blurred a little bit. However, I am a child of Depression-era children, and the mentality of that era was dad goes to work, mom stays home. And a lot of that rubbed off on me. Dad bringing home the bacon is still a dominant mentality, a dominant mindset. He's the provider, he's the protector, he's the man. And as difficult and as lonely as it has been sometimes, I wouldn't change anything. And hopefully, as Fox News columnist Perry Chiramonte says, maybe soon, society will embrace at-home dads just as it has women as equals in the workplace. And at-home dads will be socially